The rain fell in slow, weeping drops, tapping against the limousine's windows like fingers from the past. Adrian Vale sat motionless, a black coat wrapped around his bony shoulders, eyes fixed on the gray blur outside. His mother's funeral had ended hours ago, but her absence clung to him like perfume on old lace. He opened the envelope with shaking hands. Her handwriting, delicate, familiar, filled the single page. My sweet Adrian, if you're reading this, then I'm gone. But I need you to know, the world never saw the truth I did. You were never meant to live in chains. My daughter, you are free now. I've asked Aloan to help you become who you were always meant to be. Trust her. Trust yourself. Love always, Mom. He stared at the words. Daughter? Him? This had to be some cruel misunderstanding. But the car kept moving, taking him straight into the unknown. The estate was like something out of a forgotten novel. Roses curled around marble columns, and wind chimes whispered secrets in a foreign tongue. At the top of the stone steps stood Madame Aloan, dressed in navy velvet, silver hair pinned like a crown. Welcome home, Adrian, she said. It's Adrian, he snapped. Her gaze was gentle, not here. He was given a room soaked in femininity, pastel walls, a vanity mirror, perfumes lined like soldiers. Dresses hung where jackets should be. A white nightgown was folded on the bed. This isn't me, he whispered to the silence. But the nightgown whispered back, then who are you? Breakfast was served on fine china, eggs in a swirl of butter and herbs. But he barely tasted it. Aloan presented a soft lilac blouse and a pleated skirt, cream but firm as steel. Screamed, but eventually he wore it. Every step down the hall in those flats made him exposed. But something deeper stirred, a discomfort not entirely from shame, but from being seen, from no longer hiding. Days became rituals, walking in heels, speaking softly, posture correction. Aloan demanded poise, elegance, and honesty. You are not pretending, she said once, adjusting a pearl clip in his now growing hair. He had started shaving every day, not for masculinity, but to make room for her. He put on a silk robe on his own. He didn't cry when brushing his hair. He even tried a little lip gloss. And for the first time, the girl in the mirror smiled back. It happened slowly. Adrian began to laugh. She wore floral skirts without being told. She walked the manor with grace, offering tea to guests. Her voice softened into a melodious lilt. Her features glowed beneath the morning light. Villagers whispered of the beautiful girl in the Vale estate. Young men lingered by the gate longer than necessary. Even older women gifted her bangles, scarves, reminders of femininity they saw in her. Adrian didn't flinch anymore when someone called her miss. She blushed instead. Aloan arranged a grand ball on Adrian's 18th birthday. You'll wear this, she said, holding out a gown of soft lavender silk, stitched with silver stars. Adrian gasped. It was breathtaking. But in front of everyone, you've hidden long enough. Nerves gripped her as she descended the staircase, heart pounding beneath her corset. Gasps filled the ballroom. She's radiant. Who is she? A hand extended toward her, a young man with eyes like sunlight through wine. May I have this dance? Adrian hesitated. Then, with trembling fingers, she placed her hand in his. As they danced, her heels clicking gently, skirt twirling in elegance, Adrian felt whole. She leaned in and whispered, "This is who I am." Years later, Adrian walked the garden path in the same gown. Flowers bloomed around her like memories made real. Aloan watched from the balcony, older now, but proud. "You bloomed," she whispered. Adrian smiled, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "No, I was always a flower. You just gave me light."